Convention season is upon us. Whether you're hitting the panels or hanging out with your favorite content creators, planning for faster, more efficient hydration is essential. Liquid IV has you covered while you prep that cosplay, get ready for your favorite events, and recover after the weekend. So, AU, what do you love most about Liquid IV?
Now, listen, I don't get hangovers, but I do wake up extremely groggy. That is not a joke. I do wake up groggy, but I do not get conventional hangovers. I'm tired. I'm groggy from the dehydration. Liquid IV is one of the things I buy every time I'm going to drink. Maybe one before I go to sleep. Maybe one when I wake up too. Honestly, it keeps me refreshed, keeps me hydrated after a night of going hard.
Yo, I appreciate that, man. One stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. It comes in 12 delicious, refreshing flavors to keep your hydration routine exciting. It contains 5 essential vitamins, including vitamin C, with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. Made with premium ingredients, it's non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy.
Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code CouchStealers at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code CouchStealers at liquidiv.com.
The Couch Steals are brought to you by the VLG Studio, the community for people with a story to tell.
You're now tuned in to the Couch Stealers Anime Podcast.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know it's the Couch Stealers. It's the one and only Meister Mikey J.
And it's your boy AU.
AU, how you living, boy? We got that Gear 5 last week.
Bro, I don't even want to do no introductions, no nothing. Let's just jump right into that shit. I've been waiting, boy.
I haven't talked to you since it happened, and I
haven't talked
you
about it at all. We've been texting and we haven't discussed anything anime related. Like, I think it was specifically to avoid, like, you know what I mean? Just to make sure we don't talk about it until we get to the pod, because goddamn have I been wanting to talk. Before we even get to the episode, I hated that whole little fucking Bleach, fucking One Piece, Naruto shit, and everybody was like, it's like I just saw so much shit. It's like, oh, it took One Piece 20 years. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up, okay? Like, nigga, but they here, and we're here, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't start this weird-ass war. So
I'm happy to be here. That's all I know is I'm happy to be here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just happy to be alive.
Because, all right, so as I started watching it, and I'm gonna take it from like right from the top, because you already know how One Piece episodes give you when there's no back story backlog or nothing. It just jumps right into it. And it's funny because, as you said, when we were texting going back and forth, and how we definitely didn't talk about anything anime, like it was almost unspoken between us. Like, you know what has to be done. You know what we bring into the pod.
Don't you act like this, nigga.
Don't act like this is new. Don't act like this is new. So when we get into the moment and Luffy's body's doing everything, my first reaction was like, okay, here we go. And then I noticed that a certain, power up allowed him to completely and utterly by himself do something that we've only ever seen 2 people do in the situation when they're locking into battle.
He split the sky.
He split the sky.
Now, the only thing about that is I don't know if I want to double check. This is where I want to kind of like maybe peek a little bit into like, not spoilers, but peek into like that whole entire concept, because the sky was already split. So I feel like, did he do it again, or was it just like, I don't know, was it just like cloudy, or was it like...
I think what happened was, and I gotta go back, and that's, you could probably pick that up just rewatching. What I think happened was this, because they split the sky the first time, but then they moved Onigashima, because remember, Onigashima is still heading towards the flower.
That's very true. That's very true. I think we don't know how far the sky split or anything. You know how these motherfuckers be sometimes.
Agreed, but the fact the sky still split by himself.
I hear you. I 100% hear you. It was a wild scene.
He disrespected Kaido to start.
He pulled that nigga up like a worm out of a hole. It was like a bird. He said, "Get your ass up here, nigga. We got unfinished business, nigga."
It's like, I just love the fact that when Luffy got to that point of being like, oh my God, I still have more energy, there was no hesitation of like, wow. Because you think, and this is how I thought about it, every gear transformation has been like a conscious thing for Luffy. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Everything he's done. So this was one of those opportunities where it happened and it was completely unconscious, because I truly think Luffy was dead. I think Luffy was dead.
I think he was too. I think we'll find out what ends up happening actually. But I think he was too. I think we're on the same page with that one. Either he was like actually dead, or he was like right there on the cusp, and like maybe where he is with his power level now or his strength, it finally awakened his devil fruit.
The human fruit.
The human, which is apparently the human fruit. I got to go back and I got to do the research on that one. I really feel like that maybe was a typo or some shit, because I thought there was already a human fruit.
No, I mean, because Chopper ate a fruit that basically made
Which
him.
is the human fruit.
Yeah, Chopper ate something that was similar, but there's obviously something special and different about the gum fruit. I think it's also because it's a mythical Zoan fruit. So I think that also plays into a role into the fact that it's mythical. And maybe it is one of those things where Chopper and Luffy were always going to be drawn to each other. But the world government absolutely sent somebody out there to get the gum fruit. I personally think it was Shanks. And then when it got into the hands of Luffy, Shanks looked around and said, well, we here now.
We here now, and I'm not about to give up my little nigga.
Exactly. That's what I truly think is what's going to end up happening. But Luffy cracks the sky. He pulls up.
I don't know if he was dead. I feel like it was a matter of like that was the gate finally that needed to happen. He needed to actually almost fucking die at the level of strength that he is, and then he was able to awaken. For whatever reason, I feel like it's gonna go somewhere that route, and he actually didn't die. And the reason why I say that is because he remembered everything. I feel like
he was more conscious than I thought he was going to be. He was way more conscious than I thought he was going to be. I did not think we talked about this either last week on the podcast or a couple weeks ago when we were sitting in the hotel room in Austin. The fact that who is Joy Boy? Is Joy Boy going to be some other entity that kind of like greed?
I know I was going to bring that up.
Kind of
I wanted to get your thoughts. Do you think Luffy died and that is Joy Boy now? Or do you believe that Joy Boy, like his soul, as they mentioned, just kind of resonates with the actual devil fruit? Because that's what I think it is. Because that's what I kind of always thought it was. I was like, I think it has a mind of its own.
Okay.
And I think that like Joy Boy's like in it. You know what I mean? Like it's not a matter of like him taking over, but just more that there's an influence with the actual fruit.
Got you. And that makes a lot of sense for a lot of reasons, because I think there is an actual influence. I agree with your statement, first of all, because initially I absolutely thought it was going to be like, hey, yo, it's two of us in here now, Luffy. So like, but the fact that he still remembered
the Mazaku shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like the fact that
shout out to T. She finally started watching Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hey,
she been hating on Smile Bomb though.
Well, actually, I can't say that. T gonna hate me when we start talking about Bleach, bro. I got so much to say about Bleach. Oh my god!
No, don't worry. I'm here for that.
I got thoughts.
T, you good? I'm gonna defend this.
Yeah, no, I got jokes and I got thoughts and I got comments
appropriately. You
oh yeah. Now we gonna limber up real quick now.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm gonna bust a hole in whatever you got to say.
Oh yeah, yo, come on now, please. I dare you. I want to see.
Okay.
But so what's gonna happen is when we talking about One Piece, going back to that, talking about wait Luffy in the Joy Boy Gear 5. I think the fact that he knew it was Gear 5, I think that tells us that he's there. As he was like, oh wow, I got all this energy to fight and blah blah blah, and like okay, I can keep going, and it called it Gear 5. My immediate like.
I got it. Go ahead. My bad. Because I have.
No, I was gonna say my immediate watching it was when he cracked the sky, and like I had to pause the episode immediately because I had to like mentally prepare myself for what I was getting ready to see, because I knew no one in the show had ever done in all the 20 some odd years of One Piece. Nobody has cracked the sky that we have seen by themselves. So that is when I was like, okay.
If we're considering cracking the sky, I'm gonna go back and looking. Then yes, but we don't know. We don't know what was done. That's all I'm saying.
I think he cracked the sky.
I hear you. I'm not disagreeing with you or agreeing with you. I'm just saying we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know what anybody was capable of on them, what we saw on their own. It's no one else's story. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well,
like,
I know what I saw.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Even if we're calling it cracking the sky, I'll call it that. I'm just saying we don't know what has been done. We don't even know what the fight between Goldie Roger or anyone else or all this other shit happened.
Yeah, no, I'm saying just based off of what we've seen. I'm saying just based off what we've seen.
Yeah, for sure. You're right, 100%. Wild, really good take here. Fuck. Hold on. I just had it. God damn it.
Your mind been betraying you of late.
No, it had, bro. My head's been so foggy, man. My head's been extremely foggy.
You good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I've been all over the place. I think since getting back from Texas, low key, I just. You know what I mean? And then I did shit last weekend, all last weekend too. Like this weekend, I'm not doing shit.
Bro, I could have told you
I'm
that.
not
You
doing
can't be
nothing.
nah, you can't be doing stuff like I tried to make sure that like me not doing anything was something I was like was high up on my priority
Bro,
list, you know.
I didn't. I ended up going to mass and then like came back and the next day went to like two different like I went to a brewery Sunday. Like, yeah. I just haven't. I've been on go. Um my take. Just go. It'll come back to me.
It'll come back to you. Well,
It'll
all
come
right,
back.
cool. Because I could keep talking about Gear 5. Because the way I look at it when it came to Gear 5 was very simple. When Luffy go ahead
Oh,
and crack,
figured it out.
you
It
see
was
how
okay.
you see how you be doing me, bro. I
Not
was ready to get
please
going.
stop
I was about
before
to
I
get
forget again.
busy.
I will literally forget again.
Oh my god, I was about to
So
get busy.
this
Go ahead.
I don't think the whole Gear 5 thing. I think he knew it was Gear 5 because I think Luffy's been trying to do that shit with his body all along and just couldn't do it.
You
That's
think
why
so?
that's why like he was like because at one point he was like, "Oh, this is really fun, whatever, yada yada." And he literally, I think he actually said something along the lines of like, "This is what I've been always trying to do," or like, "This is like my body." No, he said something like, "My body's doing exactly what I want it to do," or something like that.
Yeah. I think so. Here's the thing. I think that's part of it. But I also think the fact that he made, and that was where I was getting ready to go, made everything fucking rubber.
But that's
Everything
an
was
awakening. That's what an awakening is.
yeah, but like everything became rubber. Everything he touched
Yes,
became
bro.
rubber. Everything he got around became
That's
rubber.
how it goes. What do you mean, Doflamingo? His thing, everything became his strings. What are you talking about? That's an awakening. And not
I
every
just
awakening
but
is like
to
that,
this
but like
point,
a lot of them, yeah, but a lot of them have been. What do you mean? Doflamingo was literally tearing down whole entire buildings.
yeah, I understand he was tearing down buildings. Luffy picked up Kaido and slammed him like he was playing whack-a-mole. It's a very big difference.
Yeah, because he was able to do basically gear third in an essence with his body.
So like I don't know if it
Like so
was
when he
even
does gigantic
associated.
balloon or whatever. Yeah, it's the same thing that he gets the strength of a giant in a sense.
But I
He
don't think
just
it was
turned
just
big.
but that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was just the strength. I think it was all the things that Luffy was able to do in that moment. So like, yes, I agree with the point of the spirit of Joy Boy comes from the fact that Luffy is the way that he is, and maybe again comes from the devil fruit power. So he gets to that point, he's in Gear 5, he's doing all these. I think it's a culmination of yes, everything he was trying to do to get to that point, but I don't know if he like was actually planning on doing that. I truly don't know if that was a
I don't
cognizant
no,
decision.
I don't think him getting to Gear 5 was cognizant. I think whatever happened. I'm just saying that I think Luffy has been trying to do the things like that with his body the whole time. And I don't think he could. Like think about the way Luffy fights. Like a lot of
Mhm,
times it's so straightforward and it's he just think about every gear that he has. There's a difference in each gear.
mhm.
It's
Very
just
much
him
so.
figuring out step by step how to get to a point of how do I make my body do this? I know it can do it, nigga. It's rubber. Like I'm doing everything else. I just can't do it on the scale that I want to.
I mean, I get that. I get that in a lot of different ways, but I keep going back to the fact that I truly think that while Luffy was able to do everything he ever wanted to do and was able to achieve the fact that he was able to do everything he wanted to do, I don't know if it was, wanting something and being able to say like, "Oh, that's how I did it," is something completely different. Because I say like this, remember like and I hate to use the Dragon Ball Z reference here, but remember Dragon Ball Z where like that first initiation or that first transformation into Super Saiyan, that was boom. Like that was a moment that you couldn't even really control.
Different iconic things, but I was gonna
But
bring
you
that up
have to,
too. Yep.
but you have to be able a different iconic, but iconic things that were still very much being compared to each other leading up to Gear 5.
100%. Now,
So
no one said it was going to be more hype. I think it was more so that they were saying that it was going to be as iconic as Dragon Ball Z. And I had to think about this. I sat on this for like I'm not gonna lie to you, like maybe up until this pot, and I was thinking about it maybe 30 minutes before we started recording.
mhm,
I was thinking about this take specifically, and I think what it is that I think it is equally as iconic in the sense of that One Piece has been going for so long. There are so many fans, and this is Luffy's peak. So it's iconic in that instance. Also, the animation, we'll get into all that and shit. Obviously, that animation was absolutely fucking nuts, but absolutely fucking insane. But iconic in that sense. In Dragon Ball Z, Goku going Super Saiyan wasn't iconic in the same fashion that we've been waiting, and this is the journey we've been going on. But rather, nigga, it was just fucking hype. It was pure, unadulterated, like adrenaline. The adrenaline was going crazy for everybody when they watched that episode.
Agreed, and also because of the fact that they've been hyping up the Super Saiyan, like, oh, the legendary Super Saiyan, what's really going to happen? So when Goku actually does, boom, hit the Super Saiyan, and they also didn't have social media in the same way, so they wasn't counting down the weeks. It
That
just
too.
happened. So that obviously is going to make it a much more like crazy moment, and that's I'll be honest, because I always, when I think of One Piece, when I think of Dragon Ball Z, when I think of Naruto, when I think of Bleach, I always try and kind of obviously
Compare them, but you
to
gotta if you're
some
gonna
extent,
and,
because
not,
there's the three.
and they should be compared. But I think the comparisons have to also be realistic and take into consideration as to what we're watching. Like each show has been iconic for their own reasons, and we gotta keep that into consideration when we're actually comparing.
Agreed. Like everything is within context. Nothing lives in a vacuum. I completely understand that. I'm saying is when I'm looking at the fact that DBZ obviously is like the grandparent or parent or however
Yeah.
you want to. And you got the three shonen underneath. I'm thinking of the most iconic moments from each. So obviously Goku going Super Saiyan
Mhm.
for the first time is the most iconic. It's not my favorite Super Saiyan moment because that's Gohan Super Saiyan 2 versus Cell, but like it's the most iconic. I understand that for a fact. When you think of Naruto, what comes to mind when he arrived at the village fighting Pain? That's what comes to mind for me. Like, does he have more
Yeah.
of an iconic moment? I mean,
I get it. I understand where you're coming from. We're on
so
the
so
same page.
so when
I
I'm
think
looking,
I think it was for me. Like I said, it was definitely way more hype, and
Mhm,
in that sense, like it was nowhere even close, nowhere close in terms of hype and me just being like, "Holy shit, this is in fucking insane."
mhm.
So not even close. But I think it was equally as iconic for what I mentioned, which is just that there are so many fans of One Piece. We've been on this journey for so long,
Mhm.
and it's nice to see Luffy finally get to that point. But I think the iconic thing also comes into play with how well they fucking did that episode.
The animation and everything of that episode, and one thing I do want to make mention of that got lost in the shuffle of Gear 5, and it did get buried, even though it was a really powerful moment. Orochi finally getting burnt up, and shout out to Himari for like standing there and saying her piece and talking to the dude that basically set up and murdered her father. So like, yes, I thought that moment was very, very well done and very strong, even though like, it dies to the Gear 5 of the past two episodes of what's going to happen, et cetera, et cetera. But I did want to bring mentions to that moment. But when we talk Gear 5 specifically, the animation and the way that they did that episode, it felt like a fever dream, bro.
It did.
Like,
It did.
I
It
don't know
felt
what
like
I
a
was
fever dream.
watching.
I mean it, but Fever Dream for me in a different way. Not even because I like what I was watching, and I love the Looney Tunes, the old school cartoon, fucking all of that. I love that 100% because that is literally the epitome of who Luffy is, and Oda has been giving us that for fucking 20 years.
Did you just
Like
say epitome? I respect it.
like it is it for Luffy, that is exactly who he is. And again, he was like, oh, my body is doing what I want it to do. Like this is Luffy. He finally is at his fucking peak and who he is as a person. And so I feel like that being the case, I was extremely happy to see how that went down.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even trying to play you, but the epitome that I had to look that one up, bro. That was good. I do words for a living. I had to look. I bless you. I had to look that one up. I liked it. I like good job. Oh, good job out of you. I like that. I like that a lot. My fault. Yeah, I look at it like Luffy was able to, the way that they animated, they were able to capture, to your point, the way that Luffy did it all. But I also heard from people that read the manga that said they animated it beautifully compared to how it was done in the manga. Now we haven't
Mm.
read the manga, but if they actually got Luffy doing the Michael Jackson coming down, like everything about like that entire him bouncing on the ground and laughing, him coming down, like I said, Michael Jackson style, him grabbing the ground and throwing Kaido's freaking Biju blast back at him. Like everything about that felt like Luffy. My thought originally, immediately, was that Luffy is the strongest pirate in the world now. That was my thought. If he can harness this, he's the strongest pirate in the world. And I didn't know who was going to take that title because I really, truthfully thought it belonged to Blackbeard, and I did not like the fact that it belonged to Blackbeard.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not gonna say shit because, and we've had this conversation previously, bro. Kaido is an absolute monster, and like we cannot like people can make whatever takes they want as much as they want. I don't care. Kaido fought multiple high level fucking people, and then he had to fight Luffy too. And then we're talking like Luffy at his fucking peak, bro. and now he's fighting him again with another power up. Kaido went through a lot of fucking tough battles throughout this whole entire situation. And so like I think we don't really know. I feel like it's too much to say this is how a fight between Kaido and Luffy would go straight up. I truly believe that. And if there are people as strong as Kaido, Blackbeard, or whoever, military, whatever the fuck you want to say, I just feel like if there are other people equally as strong as Kaido, then we don't know, bro. I think the fights can go in any which way.
See, I get the fact that the fights can go in any which way right now, but I think, like, do you consider Blackbeard being the person who killed Whitebeard?
No, definitely not. We know that wasn't the case though.
But
Obviously
hear
he
me
is
out.
the reason, but like he's not like the sole cause.
But you know how that comes down as Blackbeard defeated Whitebeard. That's what that goes down as.
Politics.
I don't know if it's politics as much as it is just the way the optics of it all. I think the optics of it all puts it in.
Then they get done. He done fought so many. Whitebeard fought so many people.
I agree with you. I'm not saying I don't agree with you, but if we're looking in the scope of that world, when the pigeons flew through, the pelicans or whatever,
we're talking about politics right now. We're talking about practice.
Yeah, but I think but in the world,
optics, but it doesn't mean that it's the actual truth.
But in a lot of ways right now,
more so than like the actual show because we're the audience.
Yeah, but I think right now in the world, if we're looking at it from the world perspective, the strongest pirate in that world up to this point, obviously we get the perspective of seeing the fight between Luffy and between Kaido, seeing Luffy go Gear 5, seeing Kaido's transformation, seeing, like, we get the luxury of seeing that.
From a political standpoint, then yes, Luffy beating Kaido means I think he is probably the strongest, or we say Blackbeard still. Blackbeard has 2 devil fruits, and he helped take down Whitebeard.
Yes, that is why it's 1 in 1A or 1 in 2, however you want to put it. I would have Luffy seeing the fight that Whitebeard and Blackbeard had, and seeing the fight that Luffy and Kaido had. I would say that Kaido's fight pushed Luffy past whatever limit that Blackbeard is at. Yes, Blackbeard has 2 devil fruits, so that is the little monkey wrench that's thrown in there. I'm not going to say that it's not, but that's if we're talking 1v1, if we're talking, hey, we're fighting Blackbeard versus Luffy, which eventually I think it is going to get to, Luffy wins that. I think Luffy wins that, not handily because Blackbeard's strong, but Luffy wins that. And I think that fight is going to be something I pray that we get to see, because I think it's going to be nuts. But I think from that's it's the same thing as when Luffy got out of Whole Cake Island and they were like, "Oh, he went to
Yonko." But again, we knew that wasn't the truth. We knew that was not the truth. We knew
according to his bounty, it was though.
Yeah. Oh my God! Why are you debating like this? This is so sad to see. We know he went to Wano and got one shot by Kaido twice. Stop! He wasn't like stop it. Why?
But he was a Yonkai.
Oh my God!
If you go over to his crew, you go over to Bartholomew, they gonna be like, it's Yonkai. He's the king and he's the emperor of the sea. That's exactly what you're gonna hear,
bro.
The clash of 2 emperors of the sea on Onigashima. That's what they're talking.
Think the world is flat.
That's crazy. World is flat. That's what you're going with. I can't believe you just said some people think the world is flat.
Some people think the world is flat, bro. Like
that's crazy.
Come on, he would have got pieced up by any one of them. He would have got pieced up easily. Kaido one-shot him twice. Big Mom would have one-shot him too. Like, come on, bro.
I look at it like this.
Big Mom did one-shot him.
That was that Whole Cake Island. We ain't talking about Whole Cake Island. We talk about Wano.
And then he went straight to Wano and got one-shot twice.
He got one-shot by Kaido. Kaido was stronger than Big Mom. We've already got.
Do we know that? I agree. I agree with you, but like,
which one's still standing? Like, I mean, they jumped Big Mom though.
They jumped Big Mom after she was already in a fight upstairs too. Like, they
jumped both of them.
And not for nothing, she was playing with her food.
Yeah, no, we talked about this. She brought Misery out. That's not even. She brought Misery out. It's done early. But I look at it like this. This is the trajectory that I think all MCs get, regardless of, like, especially shonen MCs. This is a trajectory that they get because they look like, if you beat the big bad of that season, of that arc or whatever, you're going to now be quote unquote mastering this power. So if Luffy can harness the power of Gear 5, nobody is beating his Looney Tune ass. I'm sorry.
I feel like that's still up for debate. Completely up to debate.
I don't know. They start going like Luffy gonna freaking pull down this.
Bro,
It looked like Cuphead out there, bro.
it was very Cuphead-esque, but like I don't know. Nah, bro. Nah. It's still easily up. It's easily up for debate.
I don't know. It's up for debate. I definitely think it's up for debate, but
100% up for debate.
I lean Luffy. Did Gear 5 live up to your hype though? Did it live up to your expectations?
For me, yes. I thought it was a wonderful episode. I truly think they encapsulated exactly what Gear 5 was supposed to look like. And I love that Looney Tunes thing. It makes perfect sense. Oda has been giving us this the whole entire show. And to finally see it come to fruition, I'm thoroughly satisfied. I wish we got a little bit more, a bit too much backstory. Like I didn't need Kaido and watching Luffy get like the whole entire dying scene again. I didn't need that again. There was no reason for us to give that. And giving us Gear 5 like that twice in a row was a lot. Like we didn't need that 2 times. And I also feel like they repeat one scene as well. Like in the
they definitely repeated at least one
they
scene.
Repeated it a lot. Like
it's all one.
I was just like, nah, but like doing it in the episode over and over again was a lot. But either way, I feel like we about to really get that turn up this Saturday. So I'm not even gonna fuck around. It is what it is. I'm happy about it. I'm gonna leave it there.
I enjoyed it as well, and I think it lived up to maybe not my full expectations, because I feel like my expectations was on some like LeBron stuff, like, oh, how can he ever live up to his expectations? But I also think it was very well. The animation, it was my favorite part for obvious reasons, but I think it was very entertaining. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know, was I expecting entertaining? Was I expecting hype? Was I expecting, like, I was sitting there in awe, like, bro, this is nuts. Like, I was sitting here watching it going like, this is really crazy how this is all happening. Like, it looks like Cuphead, but I love when, like, after he slammed Kaido came up like with the lump on his head. But then it also then kind of like panned from a different viewpoint, and it looked like old school Japanese kind of like, it was like animation style. It was crazy. And so I was in awe of the way that they put that entire episode, the animation and everything. I was in awe of it. I really was. So didn't live up all the way to my expectations, but at the same time still exceeded all of my expectations, if that makes any sense. A little political.
I think it was you were looking for Goku levels of hype, and I think that's maybe where it kind of disappeared.
Yeah, like it wasn't hype for me.
That's what I'm saying. You were looking for Goku level hype, and I feel like I just went in completely expecting just One Piece. I didn't go in with no comparisons, no nothing. I was just like, okay, we're finally fucking here. And then I just fully fucking enjoyed it.
I agree with that. And I tried to do the same thing, but I was not expected to go to Toon World, bro. Like, we went to Toon World. Like,
we did go to Toon World, and I loved it. I think it truly was just exactly where it needed to be. That's what was supposed to happen. I felt like it was perfect. They couldn't have done it any other way.
I agree with that. I'll say it makes me want to read. I'm not reading all of One Piece. I'm not gonna lie about that, but it makes me want to read at least Luffy's transformation to see how close to the source material they got. And like I said, I heard people talking about the fact that it really was animated very similar to what was already in the manga. So I want to see if that's true. But baby girl, so good. I'm excited to see the rest of the
I can't wait to see how this shit goes down, bro. If Kaido and Luffy fight for another 2 fucking episodes, it's gonna be fucking insane.
Well, I'll say this: my favorite fight in all of One Piece was and has been for a long time Luffy versus Katakuri.
Yeah, that fight was still. I think that is Luffy's best fight still.
But I'm starting to lean. I got to see how they end this one. But the twists and turns. Because Cyberpole coming in and being like, "Yo, listen, bro, go take out Monkey." Yeah, no, that's a twist I was not expecting. That was a really great twist.
This nigga gotta go.
Stop everything y'all are doing.
They said, "What about nigga?" I said, "Go kill this nigga." Bro,
Nico Robin's right there. I don't
give a fuck about Nico Robin. We will get to her ass later.
Yo, this came from higher up. They telling you to
Nigga,
move. It's time to move.
Nico Robin, nigga, we have captured her before. We will capture her again. Kill this nigga now.
They really be moving like that, though. They be moving like, yo, we had Robin before. We'll get her again. Even though they still haven't gotten her in like 25, 23. Well, no, how old is Robin? Robin's like 28. Robin's like 20.
I don't know.
I think Robin's like 28 because I think Nami's like 20. Because Luffy's like 19 at this point. Zoro's like 22. And I think Sanji's like 22. But again, I don't know. Brooks is like 135. Yo, man, what you think about that Bleach, bro? Mr. Bleach, talk
No.
to me.
You go for your shit first. And then I'm gonna get mine. Nico is 30.
She's 30?
after
Okay.
The time skip.
Yeah, so she was 28 before the time skip. Okay,
Mhm.
so I knew 28 was the number in my head. That's funny that you said go to Bleach and you wanted my opinion. The first thing I had to say about this last
I don't
Bleach
want your
episode,
opinion. I just want to
No.
hear what you have to say.
I can't help it. I really can't help it. And T, I'm sorry, but like even Zabimaru do that. Renji didn't have it. Like even Zabimaru looked at Renji and was like, nah, bro, I can only give you like half my name. I can't trust this. Like he looked at him and said, I can't trust what you about to do right now. Like you supposed to be the one that's gonna be out there. You supposed to be the one to do what you supposed to do. All right, come on, Roar Zabimaru. Bro, did you just get by? Nah, I can't tell. You see, I can't tell this dude my real name, man. I can't tell him what I'm really supposed to do because he can't handle all of this. And the fact that my man came to him and said, that's the reason why you still don't know your sword's name. After we done been through all of this twists and turns with Renji and Roar Zabimaru jokes, because I know I've had a couple myself, but even his sword, didn't they have an arc where he fought his Zanpakuto and he still didn't know his name still wasn't being told to him? I couldn't get past the fact as I was watching that episode. The only thing that came in my head was, damn, even his sword knew, bro. I couldn't stop thinking that. And it made me laugh every time he did something cool. Because Renji really put in work. And I'm happy to see that Renji put in work. But the fact that even his sword knew, bro. It killed me.
All right, now are you ready? Are you done?
Hey, I said he put in work. And also, you
That's
called
fine.
it. You called it. I love the mass wrestler dude, bro. I
fucking loved him,
Yo,
bro.
he
I
was
loved him.
Mister
James. Bro, I told you. I loved him. He was one of my favorite fights in the manga. I love my favorite fights.
Bro, I'm watching it and I'm like, how they really about to beat this dude? I was like, yo, they really.
When
I was
he
like,
plugged his fucking ear holes, nigga, I was like, oh, this nigga's a demon. This nigga's a demon, bro.
So yeah, no, he felt like a JoJo's villain, like a JoJo's character to me in Bleach. I'm not gonna lie, like that felt very everything about him, the little dude with ringing the bell, the power. I was like, this feels very JoJo stand like. But yeah, no, back to Renji, bro. First of all, I don't like the way he talking to my baby Rukia like that. Don't tell her to go, even though those mother lovers did need to get help immediately. Don't be telling Rukia what to do, bro. Come on now. We don't play that around here. We don't play that around here.
Chill the fuck out, nigga. What?
Listen, nah, we don't play that around here. We don't play that around here. Don't talk to my baby like that. I don't like that.
Jesus Christ, bro.
You know I love
nigga.
Rukia.
There are priorities, boy. Like,
nah, priorities is Rukia heart, bro. What you mean? Those are priorities to me.
There ain't gonna be no heart. Everybody dead. Anyway,
oh, now everybody about to die.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like, we on a battlefield, nigga. Like, we ain't got time to sit here and be debating shit.
This is war, man.
This is war, nigga. Secondly, Renji's a fucking lieutenant, nigga. Go where you supposed to go, Rukia.
I guess. Even his sword knew, bro. I ain't never going to
So, anyways, let me get back to this. First and foremost, Renji is actually much younger than most of the fucking captains by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because
other than obviously Hitsugaya, obviously he's a super fucking prodigy, but extremely young. 2, bro, he's a lieutenant. Almost no lieutenants have bankais.
Okay, I understand that.
So, like, first and foremost, you need to understand he's younger than everybody else. He has a bankai at an early age. And then, of course, his body's not going to be able to handle that. He's not ready. He just needed more time to develop it. Based off of where the trajectory of this show was going, like, he just could not keep up with that. He needed help and assistance with his body. His bankai was always there, but like you said, he just couldn't do it. Like, he just wasn't ready to handle it. The power is his. The sword and him are one and the same.
The power is yours.
Literally, but it's the truth. The power is literally his. He's young. He's a young lieutenant. Like, he needs time to develop his shit. He's been developing it the whole entire time.
He's been getting bodied the whole entire time. Yes, that has been a part of the development, and
He
I'm
has
not
not
going
been
to lie.
getting bodied. Has he lost his fights? Yes, he has. I will never debate that. I will never just sit and throw some biased shit into the fucking wind. He lost his fights. Like
Okay.
his track record does not look good for him. But he didn't just lose to no fucking scrubs either. Like
Agreed. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. He has not lost to no low lumble Dumbledores, people he should already be able to beat. I get that. But like
but my boy, he's finally here now.
he feels like a poor man's Vegeta to me in a lot of ways. And I sorry again with the DBZ reference, but it does. It feels a little poor
I can
man Vegeta.
understand that. I think
You know
it's
what I
a
mean?
good comparison.
Like you see where I'm getting at? Like Vegeta always lost fights that he couldn't really win, but then he always kind of won fights that he was supposed to, but only like fairly recently. So
yeah. Listen, I get it. I understand. He's lost some fucking fights. He's gotten some help, but like ultimately, now that he's in this position, bro, he's literally almost a god. Like,
so he's captain level now, is what you're saying.
I think he always was captain level. There were just no positions for him. Everyone else was just stronger than him.
I would say I always looked at Renji as being captain potential and the only real true captain potential we've seen from any of the lieutenants. I'll be honest with you. I think
100%.
He leads the charge there. But that still being said, I'm sorry, but his sword knew, and I get it. It's a matter of him growing through his potential, getting to his peak. And he was an early bloomer to get to that point. But the sword, dude, just the whole optics of that for me is hilarious because of all the crap that Renji's gotten over the years. And I've thrown my fair share. I've definitely slung my mud at Renji as a character because I find that just to be a very fun, easy target to take. But at the same time, bro, he looked at him and was like, bro, how you gonna tell me that you know the name of your sword, bro? I invented the names for all of this. You don't bro, he don't know you, bro. You looking kind of unfamiliar right now.
That's not true at all. And this is where you need to go back and actually watch the fillers and shit because it actually goes into all of that. And we knew his Bankai was never his sword was never complete. We knew this. We knew there were other factors to his sword based off of what you see in the arcs, which you did not watch. You skipped them all.
Yeah, I skipped them all. I'm glad to have skipped them all because I look at it simply.
But then you don't actually get all of the little things about each one of the characters.
I still get the fact that his sword knew that he wasn't about to. That's what I'm sorry. I keep getting back to the fact that it's truly the fact that your sword has to, like Ichigo's sword, and yes, it just recently happened. But Ichigo found out who his the real name of his Zanpakuto. Other folks
can't say even his sword knew when nigga everybody about Ichigo inside of him. Nigga had a fucking everyone was telling this nigga, yo, chill the fuck out, bro. You ain't ready.
I get that.
And Ichigo hard-headed. Ichigo hard-headed. Fucking Zangetsu was telling him, like, nigga, multiple people inside of him was telling him, bro, you ain't ready for all of this.
So somebody needed to tell Renji that, bro. And Renji tried to not listen like he Ichigo, but you're not the main character, bro. Like it just I really was trying not to bring Renji heat tonight. I really was trying.
It doesn't work though. I can understand if you had all the context. You don't. I can understand that to some degree, but nah, I can't. My boy finally got his fucking shine. He has lost fights for sure. He's lost some fucking fights, but like this shit has been prepped completely perfectly by Tight. We knew this was coming.
I'll give him the credit and I'll always give credit to Tight because Tight Kubo absolutely. I mean, he made Bleach, so. Thank you. So I'm gonna always give you that credit. But when I think of Renji as a character and I think of the way that he is able to be in these large roles, in these large positions to, be at that top echelon of lieutenants looking to become commanders, it's just the fact that he consistently, habitually got knocked down a couple pegs every time he tried to do something.
Bro, so did Kaku.
That's what I was gonna say. To get to him, to see him get to this point, because he turned up. Because I truly did not know how they was gonna win that fight. So to see him turn up was dope. I just it truly it hurt me being able to suspend my judgment of the whole episode just off the strength that Mans looked at him and said, bro, your sword just, he didn't trust or believe in you right now, so you couldn't get the full name. But we gonna fix that. And I just was like, come on, why is that the reason of all people for it to be Renji to be that? I'm assuming a similar thing is gonna happen to Rukia because they trained together and they're gonna come down together, and they came down together. But I just look at it from the simple standpoint of just like,
But
bro,
again, there's been similar things for everybody, bro. I think
they have
Renji
to
gets
give this one to
so
Renji.
much unnecessary heat, bro. He gets so much unnecessary heat. Like I'm fine with the jokes for Renji, but people be going in on this man. It is
I didn't want
so
to.
unnecessary.
I didn't want to go in on Reggie. I like Reggie. I want to like Reggie. I feel like I say this. I feel like I always say this. I really want to like Renji Ibarra. He is one of the coolest looking characters in a show full of cool looking characters.
Nah,
So
100%.
I get the appeal of Renji. I just seen the man get folded too many times.
Bro, but that's what I'm saying. There are plenty of other people who get folded, so that's why
True,
I'm never
true,
understanding
true,
is why
true.
Renji gets so much fucking heat for that shit. I'm like,
because he talk like he ain't about to get folded, and then he always gets folded.
hey, everybody in Bleach talk their shit. Everybody in Bleach talk their. It's niggas who know they shouldn't be talking shit and they talk shit.
Yeah, so I get the fact that everybody in Bleach actually talks they mess, and I appreciate that. I do. It's one of the things that is really dope about it. But some people really shouldn't talk they mess. That's just my personal opinion. I mean,
I agree. There's a lot of people who talk shit in Bleach. Again, who talk shit in Bleach that should not be talking shit at all. Like,
and then they get folded.
You a goblin. Like you are literally just a goblin. You are an NPC sometimes. Just like, just stop. So I get it, but I love that shit too. It's a bunch of movement rider ass niggas, but like
Don't start.
They gotta fight.
Don't start. I don't want to start. Don't start. Don't mention Moon Ride. I don't want to start. I'm
just saying.
I just don't. He a bike.
Niggas still pick up their sword.
He a dude on a bike. Yo, you said you watched Undead Murder Farce? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I got back.
I've been letting it stack.
So I got back on it. Shout out to Rob J over there. Everybody over at Inside the Mind of a Blurred. Shout out to y'all. Rob was on Twitch yesterday. I was at work and I was just watching him. He was watching that and My Happy Marriage, which I flipping love, bro. My Happy Marriage is it's one of my favorite ones this season. But
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it's actually really good. AU, I really like. It's actually really good. It's
Just
really
stop.
good.
Just stop right now.
She talks
Stop
like it's like an ASMR when I hear her talk.
While you're head, I hate ASMR.
You don't like ASMR, bro?
It's the worst.
Bro, that joke you make me all tingly. I be like, ooh, ASMR.
I hate that shit. It's so fucking annoying. I don't want to hear somebody fucking whisper at me for like fucking hours on end. No, hell no. I hate ASMR.
Hey, what are you doing? what are you doing? You watching? You recording the podcast? Yeah, you recording the podcast? You wanna record a podcast? Yeah, I'm definitely having fun today. But for real, it's really good. It's really good. But Undead Murder Farce, I was watching it earlier today, and I watched it a little bit. I watched it during my lunch today, and then I watched it a little bit last night. It's solid, bro. You gotta binge it though. I told you that. But you gotta binge it.
That's why I've been letting
it stack. You gotta binge it.
I've been letting it stack for a reason. I was like, I enjoyed those first 2 episodes, but if I have to watch that like week by week, I'm not gonna be that into it.
Yeah, it's very good to binge. It's captivating to binge because she's Sherlock Holmes. She's basically Sherlock Holmes, and they make mention to Sherlock Holmes. But like,
there are so many different like aspects of this. It feels like Inuyasha. I didn't catch the Sherlock Holmes thing. I love that. It definitely feels like Sherlock Holmes, and it also feels like Samurai Champloo. Just these random ass fucking people coming together, like going on this trip. They're gonna try to get to a goal.
We go in on this trip in our favorite rocket.
Find the nigga. That's exactly what it is. To go find the nigga.
But I really do. I have enjoyed it more than I even thought I would. So shout you out and shout out Rob for the recommendation, because I said you told me to originally start it, and I know you was talking about it like, yo, this is mad good, you gotta check it out. And when I checked it out, I was like, oh, this is so good. But I will say this, and this will be my last thing I mentioned to you about My Happy Marriage. We have a candidate. We have multiple candidates for worst parent family member, and sister coming out of that series. Like she gives Melty, not Melty. What was chick's name from Shield Hero? I just know her as bitch now.
Melty.
No, I just know her as
Who was
bitch.
Melty?
No, I thought Melty was the other sister that came and like hung out with them, like the chick with the blue, the younger sister. I thought that was
Let me see.
Melty.
Let
I
me
forgot.
see.
I forgot. I
Yeah,
said
Melty was the young one, and the
Yeah.
sister is Uri. Hold on.
bitch.
Yeah, I know, but like the actual name.
I mean, that's what they changed their name to. So I mean, like, hey, what you want me to do? They literally changed the name to that in the anime. So I'm like, hey, but she gives the sister from My Happy Marriage definitely gives her a run for the money, bro. I don't know if she wins, but she gives her a run for the money. The sister from this series is like a
Oh, then
horrible person.
I'm not into that.
It's interesting.
Fuck that. I hate people like that.
But the whole family's like that, and that's the weird thing. So they basically found out, and I'll tell you this because you ain't never gonna watch it, but they basically found out that like
Her name is Malty.
Malty, not Melty.
Mm-hmm.
Malty. Okay.
This nigga's a whole milkshake. Malt.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to say something wild out of pocket, bro. I'm about to say something wild out of pocket. So I am.
Oh, you said if I was here for it.
Nah, bro. I'm just letting everybody know because like this does not reflect me as a person, but this is about to be wild out of pocket. All I thought about when you said this dude was making milkshakes was thinking the war.
Oh my fucking god! What? Bro, milkshakes aren't even warm.
Oh my god! Because you said milkshake, and I'm like, yo,
I don't. Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way you got to that conclusion out of that.
Yo, listen. How you make a biscuit, bro? You gotta make thick and warm first, man. So I just
Stop. None of this makes sense.
Listen. Let me rock. But no, the family in
My guy is nuts.
listen. I'm good. I am reformed and I'm good. I'm chilling. But the family in that is trash, bro. Family in that is so trash. They basically found out that the first daughter, couldn't basically use supernatural powers. The wife died.
They said, fuck this little bitch.
Basically the husband and dad married his lover, because it's like all set in like feudal era. It's not feudal era, but it's like it's got to be like the 1800s because they got like cars and stuff. But it's like Model Ts. But basically they found out that she could not use superpowers, so the guy went with his lover, who
Gecko ass.
he went with his lover. The dad went back with his lover.
Why am I being so mean? I'm done. All right.
It was. Hey, look, I said thinking of worm on a live podcast, so you can say that. You can say that. So basically, they found out that it was an arranged marriage because all the marriages there are still arranged. They found out after he had the first daughter couldn't use superpowers. Mother died. He married his original lover. They had a kid. She could use superpowers. They basically made the first daughter a servant. It is like terrible.
Hey,
nah, she's a servant, bro. Like she's a servant. Like
Harry Potter, or like worse?
Way worse. Like no, like she's genuinely like she's like Cinderella on crack, bro. It's bad. Like they like talking crazy to her, kicking her down, and then the dad, as a political move to secure the family, just married her all to some random dude and was like, "Yo, I don't care if she lives or dies." Like he'll go over there. Bro, the backup plan, if that marriage fell through, was that he was just going to marry her off to an even worse family, and she'd be so happy to get away from the first dude, from all the rumors that they heard, that like, oh, okay, then either way, we like, either we going to get away. Bro, listen, I'm going to get to it. It's good. First of all, it's really good. It's really, really good. But then like they talking about all of this, and like the dad marries the younger sister, who treats her older sister like crap. He married the younger sister off to the older sister's like childhood crush, like in front of her. Like it's crazy. So basically she
is hella cruel.
No, it's cruel. That's the perfect word for it. It's so cruel to her at the beginning that it really
when she comes up, it's like, oh, the relief.
Exactly.
So
when she gets married off to the dude, they've heard these crazy stories that this dude's he's like a high-ranking military official, and he's got all this stuff, and in that world they use like magic, and they basically like, I don't know, from what I've seen, it's only magic that's like element based. So think like Avatar, but like in like 18th century Japan with cars. I don't know. It's weird, but
It's sort of like Avatar when it was
yeah, but it's still like you still have like traditional clothing, but they'll say like if you're wearing like slacks and a button down, they'd be like, oh, you're wearing Western clothes. So like it's like kind of set in that kind of world, I guess, as Japan and just Asia in general was opening up more. So it's that setup. But he's a high-ranking military official, but he ends up being like a really nice guy. I ain't gonna lie. I know for a fact, he's husbandos for mad to y'all out there. I just know because like it's one of those, but at the same time, story is mad good, bro. Like story is really, really good, and you end up rooting for this girl something crazy. Because like the last episode that I watched, bro, that joint hit me like right there in the titty, bro. It hit me right there in the titty. It was some heartfelt stuff. So like, yeah,
you're going for gold.
Yo, it was so good because like they legit at one point like kidnap her, bro, just for the sake of kidnapping her, and like they were like, yo, we ain't done. We gotta get our beat down back, and they just start beating the shit, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm good.
Crazy.
I'm good. I don't need nothing that sad in my life.
It's no, but it's I don't look at it as sad across the board. It's very uplifting because of the fact that at least where I'm at now, we getting into the thick of the plot now. We get into the thick of the I'm sorry, I'll be in a child, bro. I can't even say thick no more. Oh, so like we're at that point, right? So it's crazy the way everything's coming together just off the strength that like she's actually getting to this point of being uplifted. But like there's a lot of deep, dark valleys in between there. Like it's pretty, like I said, it's Cinderella on crack, bro. Like it's Cinderella plus Harry Potter plus like a beatdown thrown in there. So it's not great, but it's a really good watch. I would highly recommend. Highly. It's low-key my sleeper of the season. My Happy Marriage on Netflix.
All right.
I will leave you to it. That's just my personal opinion. I think it'll be really good.
I'm happy for you. Word.
One of these days, y'all.
I was gonna let you just talk.
One of these days,
I have nothing to contribute here.
So let me ask you this, because we've been hearing this a lot. At least I've been hearing it a lot, and it is actually really good. Are you ever going to start and/or watch in its entirety Jobless Reincarnation?
Probably not.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I probably will, because I'm curious.
I know this may seem like far fetched for me. I feel like Zom 100 is about as close as I'm gonna get.
Really? Nah, I think and I was tight there was no Zom 100 episode this week, because after that last week when they was in there with the airport, bro, that episode.
I wish.
Oh my god. That was my favorite episode. They've topped each episode they've had of Zom 100.
They have 100%.
They've topped each episode.
Each one has been amazing.
And it got me too. Just off of that, real quick, it got me too because when dude literally looked down, and I was thinking about it the whole time, why he was saying, "Oh my god, it's all over. It's all over. This is terrible. It's all over." Because you was fucking bit. That's why it was all over. It was all over for you.
Yeah.
You knew it.
You piece of shit.
You piece of shit.
You could have been said something. Nope, those two women did not have to die for you just being an asshole. Bro. At least be like, kill me. But he was so fucking cowardly, nigga.
That's what it comes.
He'd rather just think some shit was gonna fucking magically occur where he was gonna be safe and okay. No, you piece of fucking shit.
Yo, I only laugh because
fucking coward. Bro.
I only laugh because to that point, what did he think was gonna happen?
That's what I'm saying. He's a coward, bro. That's all it was. He was a fucking coward, bro. Like, everybody there deserves to know, bro. Like, you're a piece of shit.
And I even read something that was talking about he may have even lied to them, because the first thing that the stewardess said when they first came through was like, "Hey, are y'all bit?" They checked the first thing. So if you have to assume that maybe they brought him in there to the fold, the three of them were together and then they found him. The first question they probably asked him was, "Is he bit?" And he lied to them, which is like, it just keeps stacking.
A coward piece of shit, bro.
Oh, it was so bad. And that best friend, I ain't gonna lie.
No, best friend was topping him off. Was he just coming up for air? I don't know.
Listen. I'm gonna let best friend do what best friend got to do. All I know is that they was no hesitation. My man knew
Zero.
when he came.
Bro, it was a zombie apocalypse, and you either know, nigga, or you know. Like, and that's it, bro.
Oh my god, bro! I ain't gonna lie. Oh my god, almost like an elevator ride. Hey, you. Sorry.
No, hold on. When old girl thought like he was trying to eat her out, though,
Nah,
like I
bro.
was like, oh my god, no,
I felt
not
bad.
like this.
I felt bad.
I
You
was
think
like,
she got
not
bit?
like
You
this.
think she got bit on the coochie? Because I feel bad if that's
No,
what
she didn't. She didn't.
Okay, because I would say that's
No, she
that's
definitely
tough.
didn't.
That's tough. They went for that though. They was going for that. They was going for that thought process for people because there was that angle was nuts, bro. Like everyone's already kind of doing their thing. Everyone kind of pieced off. She was drunk. She was my favorite. The drunk stewardess was my favorite because she was just like here for all the static, all the everything, and she was the one who actually got like everyone laughing. But I don't know, man. It's tough. I hate that happened to them, but I'm excited to see what the next episode is gonna be. But yeah, I'm gonna start jobless reincarnation. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let you know how it go though. And if you
go
get
ahead, do your thing.
if I tell
Like,
you it's good, will you get on it?
Bro, you know how I feel about anime like that.
Yeah,
Like,
but if it's good,
I can do isekai, but like even then, like even then, there's got to be very particular.
that's what I'm saying. Like if it's good, I got you because Tokyo Revengers, like that's my joint. I love Tokyo.
I did like Tokyo Revengers. I did, but that didn't feel like that wasn't slice of life though.
Nah, it's not slice of life. This one's not slice of life either. Jobless reincarnation, bro. He goes.
I thought it was slice of life.
Nah. We talked about this before. It's not slice of life.
We might have. So
It starts as him being a like he ain't got no job, and then when he get isekai, he goes to like a world where he got magic and stuff. So it's that kind of isekai. It's like your prototypical type isekai, and apparently he's a menace. So I'm here for menacing times. But
I mean, it makes sense. It's actually in the name. It is an isekai. Jobless reincarnation. It's literally in the name. So that's my bad for not realizing that.
Nah, bro, we chilling, baby. We chilling. I'm chilling. You know what I'm about to do after this? I'm about to go get some food because I'm getting hungry. But y'all already knew that because I'm always hungry. But yo, hey, you man, we about to slide. But before we do, we gotta let people know the hot take from this past week. It was a beatdown edition of Hot Take Tuesday. Which of these beatdowns hit you the hardest? We had Grimjow versus Ichigo in that first beatdown. Kairu, from Cracks Naruto, Shoji's wife. I actually think I butchered her name there, so apologies there. But the one time that she basically went up to Naruto was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep beating you to get all this rage and hate I got out for Sasuke." Naruto was like, "Go ahead." Torfin taking 100 punches and Black Star covering for Tsubaki, getting beat over the head and protecting her body from villagers as she fought her brother. Hey, you good brother, which one did you go with for the hot take?
I honestly forgot because they were all pretty good. I still feel like Ichigo should not belong there. That's my personal opinion, but I understand why he's there, but I don't think he should be there.
Beatdown's a beatdown.
Nah, not necessarily. It's categories. Like the others chose to get beat up. Like Ichigo, like just too scared to like unleash his power, and he couldn't.
I won't say
that's his fault. That's literally what it was.
But that's why he on lit.
But that's literally why he went to go find the visors.
Yeah, no, and I get it.
He was too scared to fight. He's too scared to, like, bro. When he first met what the fuck is his name? I can't even. Yami, bro. He sliced Yami whole arm off with ease, and then in a second later, bro, he felt the fucking hollow coming on, and he couldn't even like do anything. He couldn't even cut the hem of his garment. Like it was bad.
All I'll say is this. I just think every time I see that on my timeline, anytime I see that out there and Grimjow just sitting there just beating on Ichigo's face, I'm like, yes, I gotta watch this. And on Twitter, at least that was the feeling. Twitter took it. That's because that's who I voted for as well. Twitter took it. 55.6% of the vote going to Grimjow and Ichigo. Naruto getting cracked was 11.1. Torfin taking 100 hits, 11.1, and then Black Star covering for Tsubaki came in second with 22.2. On IG, it was a little bit more spread out. Ichigo and Grimjow did not win, however, they came in with 29% of the vote. Naruto getting cracked came in with 10% of the vote. Black Star covers for Tsubaki 19%. So that came in third. And Torfin taking 100 punches to the chops.
I think that's what I went with.
With 43% of the vote. So almost half, a little less than half. 7 to be exact, less than half. But that's the thing about it. This one is that like you just sitting there, just that Torfin taking 100 punches was nuts. Like that's a scene that's gonna live on for infamy for a lot of reasons. We got a couple comments here. Vin's Corner, shout out to Vin's Corner on Twitter. I'm sorry, Ichigo getting packed up by Grimjow always makes me laugh. Shout out, it's Castman74. One word answers Naruto. So always gotta love them one word answers. Appreciate.
Fuck no,
Bro, he got lumped though. Naruto absolutely got
he
lumped.
did, but I feel like he was like the weakest out of all that in terms of like who got messed up the baddest.
Well, because everyone else could have potentially been killed, I think. And Naruto was like, she would have
could have definitely been killed.
like
That's
she was
fact.
obviously never gonna stop until she tired herself out or someone actually stopped her. But like I think she would have gotten to the point of just incapacitating Naruto. I don't know if she ever killed him. She would have incapacitated him and nobody stopped her.
No one was gonna let her kill Naruto.
Exactly. Like I don't even think dude there standing where was gonna let her kill Naruto. So dude, that's like, you know what I mean? So, you know, we see. But yo, hey you man, we about to slide. Been a little bit of fun, a little bit of crazy, a little bit of muscle. But you anything you want to leave the people with before we slide?
Y'all already know. Room on the couch, baby.
Room on the couch. Yo, listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Rate us, review us. Check us out on our socials, on Twitter, on IG, and on TikTok, all at Couch Stealers. And subscribe to the Couch Stealers YouTube and hit that notification bell so you know when we drop something brand spanking new. We got some great stuff coming for y'all on that YouTube. So make sure y'all check it out. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. We out. Always room.